Welcome back, everybody. I recently returned from the Midwest Tool Collectors National Meetup. It was held in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and I figured we could just go over what I picked up. If you're not familiar with the Midwest Tool Collectors Association, I will go ahead and leave a link in the description so you can check it out and you can see where the future meetings will be held. Basically, on Thursday, they have like an outdoor swap meet. There was about 50 vendors set up, and it's 90% tools, and about 70% of that I would say is woodworking, mainly antique, vintage woodworking, and the other 30% of the tools is kind of a split between like homeowners' hand tools and machinist tools. So starting off here, I picked up this clay from Sheffield, England, this flat tip screwdriver. I've never seen this brand before, so I figured, well, for $5 I will go ahead and grab one and put it in the collection. Many of these will have prices on. I didn't always pay the full price. Some people did deals if you had like a multiple items you were buying, or the item was quite expensive. I picked up this Nico press. It's a 17-2 and 17-BA crimper. I found this Thomas & Betts crimper. The guy had $10 on it. As soon as I picked it up, he's like, just give me $5. So I think anything new in the box, I definitely will give $5 for. And, I can't be certain it's 100% new. It's very clean. There's a little bit of dirt on the orange handle that I can see, but the jaws are in great shape. So for $5, I'm more than happy with that. The same vendor that had the crimping tool had this Miller's Falls carving set number 107. He had 30 on that. I bought about 6 or 7 items from the same person, so he gave me a deal on the group. I thought these looked to be in great shape. Probably hardly ever used, if ever. I don't have a set like this, so I thought 30 was reasonable. I think at the end of the day I probably bought it for 25. The next 4 items are also from that same vendor. This, I believe, this one's a Stanley 64 spoke shave. The next one I bought was a Hargrave spoke shave. I'm not familiar with this brand, but I just kind of like the decorative detail. This one, he has marked reversible spoke shave. I don't see a maker on it. I didn't look extremely close. And then finally from that gentleman, I picked up this Billings adjustable wrench. Never had one like this, so I thought for $12 seemed like a good pickup. And of course, buying everything in a group, I was able to save a few bucks on each item. I picked up this reprint, a little Stanley, sort of a salesman like catalog, I guess you'd call it. I paid $1 for this. I thought if anything it would be a good reference. Like here it says the number, the plane, the cutter size. So just stuff that would be helpful to identify tools in the future. But for $1, it's just kind of a cool item, even though it's a reprint. I like these old rulers, these wooden rulers. This one here is a Lufkin. I believe this one here is a Lufkin. I believe it's a 386. I like this one because it's so compact, and then it also has like the caliper, I guess you'd call it, built into the end. Not that I'm going to carry this around, but it would definitely easily fit in your pocket. I like these old plum style wrenches with the pebble finish, I think they call that. This is a old made in the USA brand. I believe it was taken over by Proto. And for $3 on a 1-inch wrench, hard to pass that up. One vendor had a number of these adjustable pliers. I think the larger version, they would consider these water pump pliers, tongue and groove pliers. These are the small version. I think this is the smallest one they make. They're maybe around 4.5 inches long. There's no tongue and groove adjustment. These are all Craftsman. All but one is an older, I think it's Circle P, and they're all in very good condition. Paid $4 per plier. And then this is a newer one. This one actually has a part number and then the black rubber handle, but again, it's also in good condition. So for $4 each, those are a good pickup for me. I grabbed this little diamond horseshoe, whatever you'd like to call it. Little side cutters. I collect diamond horseshoe, and this one had a handle that was in really good shape. I forget exactly what I paid for this. I think it was $4 or $5. This next one is an ATD Tool USA. It's a gasket scraper. I actually bought this because I need one right now because I have a 68 C10 and I'm switching out the intake manifold. So I'm gonna guess there's gonna be some gaskets somewhere that needs to come off. One gentleman had both of these drill index. I really like to pick these up when I can if they're reasonable. This old Craftsman with the heritage badge, $10 on that one. It's a plastic of some sort, but it's in good shape. It's got a couple little tiny chips in it, but no real cracks that I noticed. So for $10 with the badge on it, figured that was a good deal. This other one says made in the USA, paid $12. Now there's no brand that I can see on this one. I believe it's sort of a cast aluminum or some sort of white pot metal. I do like the, I guess you'd call it Art Deco design on this one. Picked up some more Miller's Falls tools, another set of carving tools. These look fairly new. Looks like the blades have a little bit of surface rust here and there. Probably would clean right up. $20 for the set. I think I had a package deal with this gentleman where he knocked about 15% off of everything. He also had this Miller's Falls, I believe it's considered this a tack remover. I'm sure you could use it for staples or small nails, but I thought $4 for a US made tack remover is a pretty good deal. And then I picked up this glass cutter, again Miller's Falls. And the reason why I grabbed this is because I thought the handle was in such great shape. For the age, it's shiny, there's no real heavy scratching, the name is still there, so I thought that was a well-preserved tool, definitely worth picking up. And then I just found this flat tip Miller's Falls screwdriver, the longer flat tip, and there's no price on it, but I believe it was maybe $2. And if you watch my other video, you'll see that I have some Miller's Falls new old stock screwdrivers, and this one's just about nice enough that I'll put it with those. I grabbed a few hammers. This little ball peen, the best I can make out is it says Dunlop, which I believe is an old Sears brand that they carried. Thought it was in pretty good shape. $6 for a small ball peen. I think this might be considered like a machinist ball peen, or maybe it's not quite as small enough to be a machinist ball peen, but it could be for, you know, driving tacks or whatever. But $6 is a good pickup, I think. This one here, I believe this was a Vaughn USA. I can make it out. I don't think you're going to be able to pick it up, but I can make it out. And again, good condition. $3 for a ball peen hammer, I think is a good deal. And then the final one here is a little body hammer, auto body hammer, and this one is made by Fairmount. And this one was $15. Now I doubt I paid $15. I think I bought the chisels and the glass cutter and all that from the same gentleman, and we added it all up and it came out to somewhere around $90, and he just said like 75. So I guess I paid maybe, you know, $13.50 for this, 13 bucks, whatever. But for an old body hammer, that's a good deal. They're hard to find. Grabbed this just because it was $2. It's an old Bonnie. I believe this is considered a refrigerator ratchet. It has a ratcheting end here and then a stationary end on the other side. I'm not sure what size is on that end. Then I see it has a couple square drive holes. It's a RF22 model number, but I believe this was made for people who service refrigerators. I grabbed both of these from the same guy because I wanted to make a little deal, so I got both for 25. This is a McGrath St. Paul. They're both a sheet and plate iron steel gauge. So if you have some, you know, plate steel laying around, you can just use this to check to see what gauge you have. This one here is a starrett. It's the old LS starrett from Ethel. So 25 for those. I think online these here sell for 30 or 35. I haven't checked them for a while, but I thought 25 for both was a good deal. Next up, I got this bag of Craftsman keychains. They're like a 2-inch adjustable wrench. They do actually work. They're not just like a one-piece mold. He had $4 each. I think there was 11 in the bag, and I said, I'll buy them all if you do $3 each. And he said, okay, so I grabbed them all. I'm a bit of a gas and oil guy. They don't have much for gas and oil at this sale, but this particular cutting board looked like it was a handout for customers of this particular company. It was made by a company called Slice and Dice. I liked it for the Phillips 66 sign on it, and you can tell it's basically new in the package. And I said, well, how much for this? And he goes, how about 10 bucks? And I said, okay, I'll take it. So it's kind of a neat little thing to put on the shelf for $10. So next up, I bought 5 different tape measures. I paid $55 for all 5. This first one here I bought because it said RCA. I thought it was kind of a cool advertising piece. I want to say, yeah, it was only $5. On the tape it says made in West Germany, or Western Germany. Moving on, I bought this Lufkin. Let me take it out of the box. So this is the Lufkin that was in the box. It says Space Race 78. So I thought it was just kind of a neat little, thought it was just like a neat little piece of artwork. The tape is in pretty good shape. It's not really worn. Probably was hardly ever used, if ever. And like I said, I'm into gas and oil, so I saw this Gulf tape measure. It has sort of a glass face to it. And this tape measure is a Lufkin white clad. I would imagine these are all like 6-footers, but just again, thought the graphics were cool. This is a Lufkin. I think it's a new old stock. So this has, I believe, a brown cover here. It's in great shape. This is, I think, my first round body Lufkin tape measure I've had. So I would say it was in the wrong box. This is a steel tape measure. The box says woven linen. So it's got a black rule on it. And it's in metric on this side. And then SAE on the opposite side. But just thought it was really nice, and I made it part of the deal. I think if we added these all up, we're at, let's see, 40 and 25, so at 65. I paid 55, so I got $10 off. This last one here, it says Master Steel Tape Rule, 308, 96 inches, and it says Tough Boy on the side. And of course, liking gas and oil, I picked this up because it has the Pegasus on it. Some sort of prize winner. Kind of a neat design to the case. The tape is in really good shape. Kind of like the font on the numbers. So those are the tape measures I bought. And then I have quite a few adjustable wrenches. This is a 6-inch crescent. This is a 6-inch diamond. I bought this from the same gentleman that I bought a handful of other tools, and so I probably paid like $6.50 for this one. One of the vendors had this ring of 4-inch adjustables. I don't often find 4-inch. I thought these were in pretty good shape. There's 20 total. I think 16 are crescent and 4 are Craftsman. Oh, this one here is a Williams super adjustable. So I always pick these up when I can. I don't often find this many at one time, so I paid a little bit extra. He was asking 10 a piece, and I said, well, what if I bought them all? And he said he would do 8 a piece. So I did do the 8 a piece. So it was 20 times 8 is 160, which might seem like a lot, but if you're trying to complete sets and you want to have the 4-inch in there, if you have to hunt one of these down on eBay, you're going to pay $20 to $30 for each one. So $8 each is not horrible. That same gentleman had both of these AC14 4-inch. They're brand new in the box. They are the I would say like they do have like the industrial black finish. I don't know if that means they were made like in the wartime, because a lot of wartime tools had no chrome or plating on it. But new old stock, I did pay up for these. With the boxes, I did pay $35 each. But to find one new old stock, made in Jamestown, this era, with the box, I thought was really unusual. So I figured, well, might not see them again. So sometimes you just pay a little extra. And the final thing I picked up is this Stanley 71 router plane, made in England. I've never had a router plane. I've wanted one for years. I've never wanted to pay what they go for on eBay. This particular one, I did pay $110 for it, but this one did seem to be in very good shape. Also, it has 3 cutters with it, and it has the fence on it, which is probably something they started using it on the newer ones. But to have it complete, all the cutters are in good shape. The bottom of it's in good shape. This particular unit, if you had to go hunt it down on eBay, would cost you somewhere between $150 and $190. So $110, not a bad deal. I mean, if anyone knows what they have when they're selling these, you're not going to steal them. I mean, they're valuable, and I figured $110 was worth it, so I grabbed it. So that's everything. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.